Hello everyone, I'm going to give my top 5 albums of the year of 2016, but first let me get some things off my chest. So number 1, I listen to pretty much post-hardcore, metalcore, anything around that. This top 5 list all have screams in it, so if scream is not for you, you might be leaving. Number 2, I didn't know if I wanted to go for a top 10, because if I did a top 10, it would pretty much be like I'd have to place the bands in there, not that it was like top 10 worthy, but I'm going to go with top 5 just because it is my top 5 picks of last year. So to start off, I'm going to start with an honorable mention. I'm going to go with Letlive, If I Am the Devil. Now, when this first came out, I listened to a couple songs that they released as singles, and I was like, well, I don't know. I'm just going to look more forward to the album. And once it came out, I really wasn't impressed at all just because it's nothing like how it sounded before. But after giving it time and listening to it over and over, I finally gave it a nice understanding, and I really did this album. So let's start off the top 5 with a band that I actually did not listen to before the CD actually came out, and that is the Letlive, Dark Matter. And I've never listened to them before, and this is the first CD I've actually heard from them, and it's pretty good. And I'll say this now, I'm sorry that some of these reviews are going to be very short just because I've never done music reviews before, and I'm just wanting to give my opinion out just so if you ever watch this video and be like, well, okay, I'll check out that album. But anyway, for number 4, it is another band that I have never previously listened to, and that is Erra, Drift. Now, whenever I first heard this, I heard it and the screams, that's not really what I usually listen to. But again, listen to it over and over again, like it really starts sticking in my head, and that is a really amazing album. So number 3, I have heard some songs from this band, and that's why I was going to get this album. But first, the first song I ever heard from them was called Devil's Island. I don't know if you know what that is, but again, number 3 is Architects. All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us. Not really, again, my type of music. I don't really like the atheist approach or the nihilist approach, but overall, just in a music standpoint, I really can't get enough of these guys, and this album came out is phenomenal. So here we are at number 2. Honestly, before I ever got this album, this was already going to be like my album of the year just because I knew it was going to be great. And also, they also released another album earlier in the year, which also could have been honorable mention, but I didn't. And number 2 is Dance Gavin Dance, Mothership. Now, holy cow, this CD from start to end is straight in your face. I don't even know, but it's so good. I mean, a bunch of people aren't going to like this just because they're pretty crazy, and a lot of their words are weird, or the lyrics are weird, but I can't get enough of this album, and that's my number 2. For number 1 pick, I always dig concept albums just because of how much work you actually have to put in it, song by song. And they've already released 2 before this, and this would be their 3rd. So, any guesses? Alright. For number 1, I'm going to go with Famous Last Words, The Incubus. Now, when I first heard this album, I did really enjoy it all throughout. And then later, like a couple months later, I saw they released some on, not their webpage, but somebody gave them an interview, and they said that it was a concept album, which I never read the words to the song, I just always just dug it. And once I found out that it was a concept album, and I read what it was about, and then I did read the lyrics throughout, and I teared up because it's that good and it really hits you hard. Yeah, it really is. It's my number 1 pick for sure. So there you have it. That is my top 5 albums of 2016. What are you guys' top 5 or top 10? I don't care. Even if you don't listen to streaming music or Screamo, still give me your top 5 or top 10. That's cool. We'll talk about it. See you guys next time.